Hello, 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 people. Hope you're all doing good. It's been a bit. I meant to stream earlier, but, Yep, I meant to stream earlier. I meant to stream more often this week, but things were busy. But I hope everyone's doing good. We're back with more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I almost said Ace Attorney Investigations. We are not playing that anymore. Let's get back into it. We've met Sherlock Sholmes, and they've killed off my beloved Kazuma. So sad. Right. We just met him, so we haven't talked to him yet. Hold on, my headphones are loud. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Sherlock, was it? No. I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Rand's magazine. Full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then? Oh, interesting. Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective? No, that's based of him though. I'm the same way. Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. Oh, okay, so he's not having the stories written and then trying to be that, or be this great detective. He is this quote-unquote great detective, and they're writing stories about him. Got it. So he's a real person as opposed to the other Sherlock Holmes. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson! Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Look at him. He's very serious. Deduction, you see. It is, to me, a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furs in the skin. All these things are data. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for the observation and for deduction, and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Okay, Kazuma's death. Oh, Kazuma. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Holmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. Ugh. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, 2 facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? 2 facts, you say? Ooh, ooh! Okay. That was cute. That was a cute way of doing new info. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into the cabin this morning? Yes. But first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Russian? No, don't know about that one. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Where was he Russian to? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Okay. Oh. Tapiop-a-dop-op. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Is it actually? Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left dying message in Russian? Or, you know, somebody else wrote it? I'm still on that somebody else wrote it. A Russian person wrote it. In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderob may be the name of a killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. Ah, that's all you need to be acquainted. Wear similar clothes. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Nope. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. Susato, please don't feed into him. I know how cool and awesome he is, but I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Okay. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. I
you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh. Yeah, thank you. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. The Russian word for wardrobe in purple ink, it would appear to have been written in the victim's final moments. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that? Ah, yes. The train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Do you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Oh, I don't know that word. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm so sorry. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean? The now famously accurate troubling predicament you find yourself in? Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Oh yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Cosmo Russian? We already had this train of thought.
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Villain Bolshevik. No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. I don't know, Marinuska. I could see the resemblance. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well. Damn, got us. So true. Oh, please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Because I'm a stowaway, not because I'm a Russian revolutionary. Yeah, well that's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower?
Oh yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There could be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder?
And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is that anyway? This Afghanistan place. Okay, Ryunosuke. Okay, buddy. Here, take the paper for yourself, as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. An article of the front page of a Russian newspaper, the headline reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik Flees Russia via Shanghai. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. Okay, so that's saying that we're not going to be able to read it. Ooh.
Pretty.
This is interesting. Ballerina, it looks like?
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps this is about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She looks like a ballerina.
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you?
What are you trying to say, Suzoto? I don't know, I can't make any sense of it. I'm glad you've noticed this article.
Ah!
Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Well, interesting. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Suzato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. They're always Russian everywhere.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
Okay, so we got the article about the ballerina now. Wow, this is a great picture of you, Ryu.
I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian.
No, me neither. I have no idea what any of this says. The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, "Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai." Yes, you told us that before. It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale. Gasp!
Oh my goodness, he is fearsome.
Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he? The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he need only shave it off.
I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes.
Alright. Wonder when this, like, magnifying glass thing is actually gonna be useful, because it doesn't seem to really help that much right now. Okay. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. There might be a picture or two. Yeah, we got it. We did that. Ahead of the game, Ryu. Alright, what were you just investigating? Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. Okay. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. So, What language are we talking in? Are we talking in English? Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san, aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
He's reading his diary! Life is so unfair. Aww. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado. Nado nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. So, what was all that showing off about before then? Oh, his laugh animation's so cute. Sorry. Simping.
If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm much obliged. My dear madame.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
Okay. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Speckled band! That's the name of the chapter. And there is something going on with the vents. Interesting. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice up there in the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Kazuma's diary has been entered into the court record. A diary Kazuma was keeping of his trip to London. According to the last entry made before his death, he spied what appeared to be a speckled band. Interesting. Yeah, that's all we can read. So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being at least.
Do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to?
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exhaustion. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? Pretty please. No, that would be somewhat complicated. But what? Well, why? Because I'm still a suspect, I'm assuming? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh. These. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No? No! I mean, yes, but no! There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. Oh? Then why am I under arrest? You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. What? You mean you didn't jump to conclusions? Like everyone else?
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what, were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. Ah! If you're the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. What? No. Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Don't be judging his name.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for?
Hmm?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way- Oh! Oh. Okay.
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up?
No.
You're just going to roll over and accept your fate?
As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Do we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this, and bring the real culprit to justice. Oh, there's another sailor. Is that?
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. It's the killer. Lock him up. Get him. Jump him, Susato.
Oh, yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir?
Oh. Yes? What can I do for you? Oh my gosh! That's the waiter! Isn't I recognize that face, but it can't be. Yeah, it's him! It is!
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. How romantic.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
I've received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Again? Is it gonna be everywhere?
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. Never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Okay. So what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. I killed Kazuma. For what? My orders were to act as Asoji-san's bodyguard. It was Minister of Justice Jikogu who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asoji-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Damn it. Assassinated? How? How could that even have been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asoji-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off of him the entire time we've been on board. From morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here. Inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asoji-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Can we investigate next door? We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not.
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes, we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry? What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door. That stormy-looking seaman over there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example. Oh, Kazuma's diary. I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really. I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how.
There may be a way.
What? Really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. Evidence! By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain.
Diary, 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 diary. It's gotta be the diary.
What's that? Oh, music stopped. It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, "What looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill."
A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right, so if we can investigate in there, we might be able to work out what that speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Yay!
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes. As long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad you're on our side now. After all, I failed to keep Osoji-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you.
Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last.
Move. Alright. Let's see what we can find out. It's my first time ever using my feet. Ooh! Cute. The passageway that connects the first-class cabins on the SS Burya. First and foremost, we must get out of this cabin. Kazuma-sama's quarters. Oh, he has like little notes about where we're moving to. That's so cute. A cabin on the SS Burya, and the scene of the crime. Kazuma was occupying this cabin for the voyage to Britain along with me as a stowaway. Let's go. 9th of January, 7:48 a.m. SS Burya. First class cabin passageway. Whew. I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government.
Study tour. It's not sturdy tour.
That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh. Oh, look over there. It's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down.
Let's beat him up. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs?
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for at least 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know. But the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Please don't give me that pitying look. Okay. Ship protocols. That's a huge book on top of the table there. And there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Shall we have a look through it?
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
Wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Unusually blank, though. Hey, buddy. Excuse me, but could I ask something of you? Could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. Probably should not have talked to him. That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid. Susato, punch him. Susato, knock him down. No, she's so sad. No, give him a Susato takedown.
Oh,
We seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not sailor. My mother give me name. What is it? Because it just seems like it says sailor. I saw the last name and I immediately knew where the pun was going. That's funny. I am senior crewman, Biff Stroganoff. Ooh, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Borea steamship. For very important persons. What sort of important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. So, oh, stupid! I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal. I'm gonna start using that. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean. That's a good line. Thank you?
if I may, I was wondering. Is the cabin next to Mr. Osoji's currently occupied?
Oh, I do not know how to pronounce that. Suzaru-san? Did you understand that?
It sounded like
Da. Okay. I was wondering if it was da. Hopefully he wasn't around when the Titanic was a thing.
I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no?
Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. It's the killer.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
Oh, who is it? Tell me. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Osoji's? He's not gonna tell us. His name is Mr. Grimesby Roylott. He is very important Western gentleman. Grimesby Roylott. A Western gentleman? Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. Oh, I'm sure. Because that's always true. If you say it's true. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Really now? Almost like we haven't been through this situation before. With a certain Western gentle lady. Press X to doubt. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East islands. Oh my god. That was harsh. That was mean.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
That is not your business. Come to think of it. Even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there.
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business. Oh. Okay. It's a phantom neighbor. Ooh, spooky. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
No. It is sad about student boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Real nice watch. Definitely prevented murder. Of course. And did you notice anything at that time? Anything unusual? Ah! I think he did. Suzaru-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly, no.
Thanks, Suzaru. I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all. Stroganoff slept with his eyes open. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no. Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. He got a bit aggressive. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead is second class area. Is staying locked at all time. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or as English say, when the pigs fly. Mad sus. Yeah, he is. Yes, I understand. A bit suspicious there.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Definitely. Okay. Can I actually read the book? The book on top of the table there really is huge. There's a pen with it too.
Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it?
The writing is so neat and precise.
Okay, this is like the same. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting.
Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank.
Yeah, we did that. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Okay. This looks like a plan of the SS Beria. It shows each deck. Look. Imagine him storming in as you peek in the book. Like, let me get a little look-see. What are you doing? Nothing.
The Beria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is that a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? My goodness. Why was that such a hard sentence?
That's really quite simple, Maruhiro-san.
It is?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes. They're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so. She got you there. Obviously, those were both accurate comparisons. Alright, what's this? Even the most simpler sentences when reading too fast sounds like having a midlife crisis. Yeah. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says press only in times of emergency.
This is an emergency.
It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Seems a bit... Oh. Oh, this I have to see. Red button, what do? Press it?
What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it. It's out in the open.
Why does this not, like, have, like, a case around it or something? Why is it not guarded properly? But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
I wish everything would just stop. The ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
Is this a mousetrap?
A trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what is called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. Oh, interesting.
Cheese? Wonder what that tastes like. Eat it.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But, I suppose you're right.
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
No. All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
Cheese? Alright. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. Naruhodo confirmed food goblin. The one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in the cabin can help us solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Oop. No answer? Hello?
No answer. I said that. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries.
How annoying. Ah! Ah! Who's screaming? It scared me. What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
Stand aside! Oh. Oh, it was Sholmes. Stand aside. I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes? I shan't be stopped. When the fish is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
Imagine if the person next door was only just getting changed. Like, it doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? No, I get that. That's so real. Just start kicking things, Sholmes. Just start kicking the wall. I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Alright, hands in the air. Just drop kick the door. Nothing stopping you from kicking it anyway. Oh! The beard! That beard! That's the guy in the newspaper! Who are you? A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. true, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? He's killing... What's he doing with the scissors? Get out, all of you, now. Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimesby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me. And you are? I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt? No. No. I am the great detective among great detectives, one who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective. I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold to ask you to open that small traveling case? You have a small woman in there, I bet. But don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? You never know. The woman has totally gone to Narnia. Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Yes, it is. It's the best way to travel, actually. Don't look at me. Oh my gosh, there's a woman in there! Oh my... Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. The cage just shook. No. Leave now. Otherwise I'll call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimesby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. A woman in his luggage. I couldn't agree more. Get her out of there!
Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something. No. Okay.
We got new profiles to look at. Herlock Sholmes, 34. There's not a person in the world who hasn't heard of this famous great detective, not a person except me, apparently. Satoru Hosonaga, 29. A chief inspector in the Imperial Police Bureau who's on an undercover mission, posing as a member of the ship's crew. Biff Stroganoff, 37, a real wall of a man and a senior member of the Russian crew who's in charge of security around the first-class cabins. Grimesby Roylott, an older Russian gentleman traveling on the ship. He's staying in the first-class cabin next to Kazuma's. No. Oh. I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin, now. Oh, this is going terribly. We're not getting anywhere here.
I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Oh! Just sitting in the wardrobe. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Alright. I imagine he's not gonna say anything then. Let's look around. Hey buddy! What you doing? Do you have a moment please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course.
Resting?
Indeed. I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Observing. Been observed. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. Yeah, he's got a newspaper in his pocket. Oh boy, here we go. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? What? Tell me. What is it? Why? The truth, of course. Ah, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Yes.
Oh yes, please.
Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I'm about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Okay. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time it occurs to me. You are about to witness history, alright? Oh no. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? That's a good question. I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone.
That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize over you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment.
Shh! I must have complete silence. Go on. What is it? What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Go on, I am so ready for this explanation. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain! Gasp! Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? He is definitely a James Bond villain. And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Go on, what is this heinous crime? I must know, Sholmes. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not?
Oh, Naruhodo-san. I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
That was a great deduction?
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What ineffable twaddle.
Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astounding impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true.
I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Roylott's face. Looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. He is a villain, and he is about to create a dubious crime. How could you? How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. In other words, I need some help. The great deduction. The game is afoot. Whoa, this is cool. Topic 1. Old man's identity. Ah, this is cute. Solving the riddles. So the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously, what catches the eye in the first place? The scissors, yeah. Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. I was wondering. No, moving on. Oh, the twirl! The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, the fascinating front page article. In his pocket. Which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Yep. Although I don't think it's actually him. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Okay. Revolutionary on the run. Topic 2. Wrongdoing. He killed a lady and put her in the suitcase. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. So a two-parter, interesting. So the deduction continues. And I assure you the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The trunk. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation. A young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. I don't think there's actually a lady in there. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. It's gonna be— oh my gosh. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Ah, the ballerina? Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another most stimulating article. On the backside. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina, the Novovich Ballet, disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. You kidnapped her. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Nice. And she's in the trunk. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elemensky. That was beautiful. No, don't doubt him. There was nothing wrong with anything he said. Now the question is, how did the ballerina end up in the trunk? We don't worry about that too hard. There was obviously not a single thing wrong with anything he said. Susanna-san, That wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? So many red flags.
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes's brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes? Could you come over here for a moment? My red flag radar is going off. Red flags through the roof. Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but... these two men look nothing like each other. Nah, I don't know. Oh yes, I recall a discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance.
In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do.
That's fair. That's very valid of him. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina? Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in that case, even if you pushed really hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she?
You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. Yeah, she's not fitting in that. No, I didn't know. How could I?
Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case.
Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. Either the ballerina is that short or very flexible. She is a ballerina. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case.
Oh dear. You might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
This whole thing is turning into a circus. A very big circus, perhaps.
Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Mr. Susato.
It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
Switch some keywords in his deductions.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction.
So this is this a new game mechanic then? Having the fixed deductions. I love that. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. It's not that funny. And you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Oh!
Oh! Where are your handcuffs?
Huh? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel.
And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction, hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Topic 1, Old Man's Identity. A revolutionary on the run. Okay. So the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place. Is that enormous pair of shears in your hand? Yeah. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? Blah blah blah. The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. We were on the verge of using that shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Yeah, no.
I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either.
Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong.
Let's try to switch a keyword here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters.
Fixing Holmes' stories is what it should be called. Sholmes is a magician. Alright, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott.
I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better...
Then what?
Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last... We could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? Copious beard? Thick hat? It's a very thick hat, isn't it?
That's the secret, you see, Naruhodo-san. Don't you know?
Secret? What?
Well, before we left Japan, I took some time to study various foreign countries. Russia is a land of unimaginable cold. And a thick hat is the secret to keeping warm. Without one, I read that your brain would freeze.
Ah, of course.
That was just one of many fascinating snippets of information in Oh Mother Not Russia.
I think maybe you picked the wrong book there. What the? What's this? Oh! It's gonna be the ballerina, isn't it?
It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks.
No, the color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylott's head? And how is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair?
Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising.
And they have a runaway. Something's definitely not right here.
Yes!
Ah, we're doing the twirl now. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. That was cute. Indeed. You have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. Imagine this character being the big bad wolf. You're not a man at all, you're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. No. The other side. Oh, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise. Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts as Mr. Sholmes.
Aww. Cute. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business, not...
Yes, I understand. Say no more.
Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman.
Exactly, he, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole is taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best.
Yes! Yeah! It's the article about the ballerina.
The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina, Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Oh my gosh, the scissors! Gasp! Gasp!
You're right. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
Hey! A ballerina on the run. Solved! Yay! Okay, well, she obviously... I guess, maybe she kidnapped herself. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes astray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. That's one way of putting it. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes, in this traveling case. This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside the traveling case as well.
No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all.
In which case, what is this crime the young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san.
Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Schultz?
Cesaro, stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. Ah, it wasn't the case at all. The tiara. Wow, look at this dazzling tiara.
I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think?
Why was the case moving?
Oh no, Naruhodo-san, try it on.
What, me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on?
Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful.
Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently.
Yes!
The tiara.
The proof of your crime is surely this tiara.
Ah!
I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet. Is it not? Indeed. It would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. Oof. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft.
Oh no.
Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
Ah! I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone, and I need money. But I did not steal this tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me.
This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely.
Alright, I will tell you everything.
There's no point to hiding it now. Come, come. Let us not be hasty.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
The traveling case was moving. You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wished it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glances to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. He's completely changed tact with his deduction now.
I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true. But still, Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
And there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area. That's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn.
I agree. That's the only answer.
Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Why won't she open her case? The rules?
These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Pets! She's got a pet.
There was exactly the same notice in our cabin, too. Wonder what happens if you break the rules.
Oh dear, I'm sure the punishment would be severe, Naruhodo-san. You'd probably be left to drift in the freezing cold ocean. Or shut inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end.
So I've actually been serving time for weeks now, have I?
Yes!
It's written in the rules of passage. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case? Aww. Is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet. That's so cute. Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved. Oh, deduction complete. Elementary. Cute. That's so cute. So clearly you aren't who you said you were. Aw, man. This is getting very good, but it's time to end now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the stream. The lovely Vol Blossom is live, so go spread her some love. And thank you guys for joining me. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. I love the deduction stuff. That was a lot of fun. I hope there's more. I'm imagining there's gonna be more, the way it's all animated like that.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.